After you let it boil about a couple more minutes, now you can turn off the heat. Add the green onion, fried garlic or shallots, and also a little bit of sesame oil. 1 tablespoon. Voila! Here we go. It's all done. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite soup. It's the tofu soup and ground pork and mixed with some vegetable. These are the ingredients. You need ground pork, Napa cabbage, green onion, firm tofu, bok choy, garlic, and carrot. Now I'm going to marinate the meat, but first I'm going to chop up the Napa cabbage really finely and then put them into the ground pork. So for Napa cabbage, I'm putting about 50 grams. You're going to chop the Napa cabbage really finely. The ground pork, 400 grams. 400 grams of lean ground pork, and after you can put this 50 grams of Napa cabbage in here. 3 cloves of garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, 1 teaspoon of fish sauce, 1 teaspoon of oyster sauce, and also 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. And I also like to put some green onion. You can put about 1 tablespoon. And now we can mix everything together until it becomes sticky. You combine everything well and the meat is sticky. Now you can set aside. And while I'm prepping all the other ingredients, I'm going to boil 3 liters of water. For the carrots, I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces so it's easier to eat. And I put 2 small carrots. Okay, now that we got the carrot, also cut the bok choy. Bok choy here I have about 100 grams. You can put less, you can put more, it's up to you. And for the bok choy, I'm going to just combine them together and just cut them 3 times like this, or 4 times, depending on how big the leaves are. Napa cabbage leaf, I put in the meat and the stem. I'm going to put them into the soup. You can stack them together and then chop them and turn it. Okay, now we can put the Napa cabbage in here as well. So carrots is about 150 grams, Napa cabbage 100 grams, and bok choy 100 grams. Now we can set aside. Now we can start to prepare the tofu. And now we can cut the tofu. This tofu I have cleaned it already. It's medium firm tofu. And I'm going to cut it on a small cutting board like this. So after you cut it, you can easily lift it up. Now that it's clean, you're going to cut it in half like this first. And cut like this. We can cut them into square or rectangle, it's up to you. Kind of like that. And when the soup is all done, we can put this last. Okay, water is boiling. We can put in the meat. 3 liters of boiling water. Now we can scoop the meat in. Use the measuring spoon so they can shape round and evenly almost. I marinate quite a bit of meat. In here, I put about 300 grams of ground pork, 100 grams of meat. I'm going to save it. Going to make a different dish with egg. 1/2 tablespoon of salt, 1/2 tablespoon of sugar, and 1/2 tablespoon of chicken powder. When you scoop all the foam out, now you can put the white part of the green onion. On high heat, we can cook it for 5 minutes. After cook it on high heat for 5 minutes, now we can put in the carrot. After you put in the carrot, you can lower to medium-high heat, about heat 8. And we're going to let this boil for 10 more minutes. And after 10 minutes, then we can add the vegetable in here. Right now, let the carrot cook and let it become softer before you add the other vegetable. After 10 minutes, the carrot should be softer, and now I'm going to add the rest of the vegetable. I'm going to low to medium heat this time, and I'm going to cook it for 10 more minutes. After about 10 minutes, now the vegetable and the carrots and everything is really flavored. Now we can put in the tofu. Use a spatula so it doesn't break the tofu. After the soup is boiled about a couple minutes, now we can turn off the heat. Add the green onion, fried garlic or shallots, and also a little bit of sesame oil. 1 tablespoon. Voila! Here we go. It's all done. You can add just a bit of rice